Bernardine Wu, CEO of Fit for Commerce, and I just moderated the panel on the future of luxury.
And Bernardine, I wanted to ask you, what were one to three points that you took away from the panel that you think would be very interesting for other e-retailers out there today?
Well, obviously mobile and social are very top of mind for online retailers and manufacturers, although I think there was a little bit of a cautionary tale by most of the panelists around experimenting and making sure that you're getting into mobile and social with a purpose, not just for the sake of checking off a box. I think there was some focus on some fundamentals around search marketing and using the digital channel for generating traffic and interest in content. And then I think that there was some discussion around multiple brands, because many of the luxury companies are now managing multiple brands, and how to leverage across brands so that the learnings from one brand are being leverageable or shared with the others. And mainly that's an organizational to-do, but an important one.
And what would you say are some of the hurdles that these companies are facing right now, specifically technologically, if you can speak about that at all?
Sure. I think that there's a tremendous push for commerce and content. So in the past, and currently, a lot of brands, their sites have content, but how do they create that content as more of an integral and integrated part of their commerce, so that it's not just product content and then in another area of the site is a blog, let's say, but how do you bring that blog content or those ratings and reviews or that user-generated content, or even just content about the same demographic or that shopper around into the site in a much more holistic view. And I think that requires technology. So do the many bells and whistles, if you will, of the sites that retailers are looking for right now.
And lastly, what would you say would be an advice point that you would give to someone who is trying to get their head around this whole social media and all of the functionality and the ability that might bring to your, the increased revenue of your site? What would be something that you would say, this is what you need to understand first?
Yeah, I think that I see a lot of retailers and brands jumping into social as well as mobile. Social is a little bit more of a incremental build, and I would encourage folks to take one step at a time and experiment. So we had one panelist who talked about experimenting with social in one particular country for one particular purpose, and then growing that across the company. And so I think that sort of, again, that cautionary and experimental approach, maybe even piloting some of the social media outlets is worthwhile. And of course you have to proceed cautiously. Now what you might also do is just make sure you do some of your research so that you know what the blogosphere is talking about, you know what some of the opportunities are before you take that step into it.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I'll let us both get back to the conference.
Great.